that off of Facebook, right?
Yes, fewer people may see your latest activity on Facebook today than they would have yesterday, thanks to a trending hashtag, Delete Facebook.
It is a response to the scandal over Facebook information that wound up in the hands of political advertisers without the user's consent. So how do you protect your personal data on Facebook? Nick Davis is the Chief Information Security Officer for the UW system. Hi, Nick. Good to see you.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for coming back.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
So how serious a situation is this? Do you think regular people on Facebook like the three of us should be concerned?
So that's a difficult question, and the answer is it depends. And that's a very difficult answer to come up with. But it really depends on what type of data you share and how comfortable you are sharing that data.
So what information did the politicians, these political activists, get from looking at our Facebook pages?
So I have another halfway answer on this one, and that's that nobody knows for certain, and that's the most scary answer that there is. It could just be your age, maybe some political groups you're associated with, but it might extend as far as anything that you've done on Facebook, what you've liked, what you have spoken with on Instant Messenger with your friends, and perhaps even what other websites you may have visited.
And then why is that information valuable?
Well, by itself, the information isn't worth much, but it's when they put together an entire story that shows what you like, who you talk with, what you visit, what your views are in certain products. It gives them a whole profile of you, and they know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, what you like and dislike, and that makes them know how to appeal to you if they're going to make a pitch on who to vote for.
And that's Facebook's whole business plan, isn't it? Gathering data?
That's part that's interesting about this is their entire business plan focuses around surveillance. And you saw Mark Zuckerberg on TV today apologizing for what's going on. But if you look back at Facebook, you see that they've enabled third-party app developers through the use of an API or application programming interface to collect this data. Between 2010 and 2014, they enabled it and they promoted it. So for them to say that they're sorry about it, to me, seems a little disingenuous.
But that's how they make their money. I mean, they're not doing a public service letting Susan and me talk to each other.
Certainly, that is how they make their money, but it's easy to forget that, and they want you to forget that when you're on their site. And Facebook does deliver a very valuable service. My friends know that I'm out there constantly on Facebook, so yes, it delivers a lot of value to look at your friends' photos, etc. But you need to think about what goes on in the background. And I always tell people, you know, act in haste and repent at leisure. Meaning, it might seem really great to take this quiz now to determine what your 8th century Roman warrior name was, or any other sort of quiz that's out there, but that might enable Facebook and third-party app developers to be collecting all sorts of information about you that you wouldn't want to see used in the future.
Other than not clicking on those kinds of quizzes and links, what can you do to protect your data on Facebook?
So there's a couple things you can do. There are tools and applications out there you can download to block cookies and other ad trackers. You can go into Facebook settings and dive fairly deep. They make it fairly difficult for you to turn off the app collecting ability of data on Facebook, and also turn off the ability of third-party apps that your friends run to collect data about you. These are all technical things you can do. But in addition to that, I always tell people to just be deliberate and intentional about what they share on Facebook. Think about if this was to appear on the front page of the newspaper. It's called the front page theory. If it was to appear on the front page of the newspaper, how would you feel about it? And if you would feel badly or embarrassed about it, you probably shouldn't post it.
Well, that's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, it is. So you have to sort of weigh whether it's being, you know, you want to talk to your friends on Facebook or you want total privacy.
Sure, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. And in this day and age, it's really not possible to go completely offline. So I'm not advising that. I'm just asking people to think about what they post before they post, and think about what they click on before they do it, and be deliberate and intentional about it.
But you don't think people need to delete their Facebook accounts?
I think it'd be very sad if people deleted their Facebook accounts. Look at all the pictures you're going to miss out on. Look at all the conversations with your friends you're going to miss out on. I think that it's complete overkill to delete your Facebook account. Just be careful about what you post.
And don't go to Instagram because they're owned by Facebook.
Well, Instagram, Facebook, and all these other, they're all sharing all these social networks. None of them are safe from this.
All right, just be careful what you post. I think that's the best advice.
Yeah, that's a good takeaway.
Nick, thanks for being with us today.
Great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you on Facebook, I guess.
Yeah.
Coming up.